Hi Spicy Mom, welcome to my channel. If you're new, kindly subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back. But don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you may get notified each and every time I upload a video. So let's get straight into today's video. In today's video, we'll be talking about a very interesting conversation, and we are talking about motherhood myths, which will cover the lies that we have been told about motherhood again and again and again until we have absorbed the lies in our system and almost made it look like it's factual or it's true. So I know in your brain you can figure out a lot of things that you were told even before you became a mother, and even things that you have judged other mothers based on those myths. So we are going to discuss them one by one. Maybe we are going to unveil things that you have thought that they are facts, yet they are myths. And others, maybe you're going to cover things that you know that they are myths and they really, really irritate you, especially when you hear someone talking about it like a fact. So the first myth is there is a certain way that a mother should dress, and especially in our African countries. I know if you are an African, you can relate to this and you know what I really mean by this. So I believe this is just a myth that is believed or put in place to limit mothers from having the freedom to pick their outfits and wearing maybe what they feel comfortable in wearing. So there is no societal scale that should be based on what a mother wears to measure whether she is a good mother or a bad mother. I think being a good mom should be measured by the kids on how well you care for them physically, emotionally, and maybe at some point financially if you are in a position to. So somebody just coming from the blues and saying the way she wears she isn't a good mom, or by the way she wears she's a bad mom, is actually too petty, and it is one of the myths that is too has its stains in our African culture, which we admire so much. But at some point, we got to break the chains out of that and try to just wear what we are free and comfortable wearing, because it doesn't matter what you feel comfortable in, and it doesn't make you a bad or a good mother. The other myth that is too common is that when you are referred to your title as a mother means that you are so proud of your children and you actually care about them. That is not true, and it really differs with your personality or who you are. The fact that you are performing your motherly duties so well and your kids are healthy and happy, that is just enough for you to be proud of having your kids and all that. But I know that it comes with our own mom guilt or something, that maybe when we are trying to introduce ourselves somewhere, we just have to put like mama so and so, I'm a mother to these kids. No, you don't have to do that each and every time, especially when it's uncalled for. You you there was you the person before you got the kids, and that necessarily means if the kids are not there, you are not there. No, you had a life before, and there is you the person before the kids. So each and every time you don't feel like it's necessary for you to share whether you have kids or not, or not each and every time you should be called mother of so and so, mother of so and so. No, it will reach a point where you will forget who you are as a person and start focusing on the parent you. Now let's reason together. Once the kids are grown and they have started their own lives, if all you were is being a mother, what happens next? you start struggling too hard to be in their lives and becoming the mother. But the kids at that point are so grown and they want to be mothers to some other your grandchildren. So make sure that you don't get absorbed by that role of being a mother, and don't just focus on motherhood. Make sure that you're focusing on other things and other titles. You could be a mother, a chef, a career girl, or a career woman, and at the same time you could be maybe a wife or something else. So sorry, don't just focus on your title as a mother, work on other things too. Another myth that is too common and too normalized is that mothers shouldn't have their them time and they shouldn't have fun. That is a bit weird, but it has been too normalized, and it comes out in the most simple ways that we just take for granted and we don't know at the points where it is brought out. So, for instance, you have gone to a party or an event or something. How many times have somebody asked you, how are your kids? On the contrary, people come along and ask you, who have you left the kids with? It is so hard for you to know that, to understand that it is a way of them trying to mean you don't deserve to be here, you deserve to be at home with the kids. No, I'm not overthinking, but that is what in details it tries to mean. You shouldn't be here, you should be at home with the children. So by any chance you are that person who has been asking people, who have you left the kids with, that is just trying to exclude mothers from going for events or going at fun places or something like that. So mothers deserve to have some fun, they deserve to have time for themselves. So each and every time you see a mother outside at an event or somewhere else, don't go ahead asking them, who have you left your kids with? Instead, it's more kind and polite to ask them, how are the children doing? Because when you ask them, who have you left with the kids, they feel like, should I go carrying the kids everywhere? Or should I stay at home all through? Or am I not needed in this event because I should be at home taking care of the kids? So, know those questions from today. Don't ask somebody, and immediately somebody asks you that question, correct them at the spot in the most kind way, because a lot of people, it's because they do not know that they are doing the wrong thing or choosing their wordings incorrect. The other myth that has been too normalized and it's too toxic is the fact that everybody thinks that it is the responsibility of a mother, especially when your child is having bad behavior. That's very far from being a fact, and you can tell for sure if the society and each and every person who believes that might be too honest with themselves. You know very well that as an adult, once you attained maybe 18 years or maybe 20, there are things that you have done and there are things that you are doing right now which are not as a result of whatever your mom taught you, and there are things that you are doing that are too contrary from whatever that you have been told by your mom growing up. So the fact that the society tends to pin down bad behaviors on the mother is a bit weird and so hard to understand, because there are a lot of behaviors as adults that we have done, we are doing, and when someone grows up and becomes an adult, they choose what to do for themselves. It doesn't matter what they were taught or what their background taught them or looked like. So let's just stop that behavior of these boys' tales because her mother didn't teach him well. That's so bad and that's so rude. That's so rude. So from today henceforth, once you see somebody having a bad behavior, don't pin it down on a mother, their mother. I am not going to say parents because most time it's pinned down on the mother. Don't pin it down on their mother, because some mothers out here have done their best, but bad behavior once is seen in future, it is pinned down on them. So let's all agree that when children become adults, they choose what to do and you can do nothing about it. And in many cases, it has nothing to do with whatever you taught the child or not. So that myth is toxic. Another myth that has been too much normalized since the times that I was too young is that mothers should not have or do not have emotions. So, in case there is something so painful going on with a mother, maybe mothers are not supposed to cry, or they are not supposed to get emotional, or something like that. That's a myth. The only thing I will advise you not to do, which I don't know whether I'm right or wrong, but I wouldn't advise you to break down in front of your children, because they look up to you as a strong being, not too strong, but make sure that you just don't break down in front of them. Not trying to suppress your emotions, but just imagine the person you look up to, who has all your hope, if you find them breaking down, you will just know that all hope is lost. So don't break down in front of your children if you can control it. But back behind the scenes at your bedroom, if you feel like breaking down, just break down, rethink, restart, refresh. So mothers got emotions too, and it is okay for you as a mother to break down at some point, because breaking down helps you first let it all out. Sometimes if you feel like crying, don't just suppress it. Just find the right place, go and cry it out, and then figure out what to do. Because we are built differently, and maybe if how you express your emotions is by crying, don't suppress it, or don't fail to express your emotions because you are a mother. So each and every time you feel like this is how I should express my emotions, just excuse yourself. Don't break down in front of the children and do it. Go ahead and do it, because once you pile those issues there, you will end up getting too toxic with the kids and all that. But make sure that you are expressing emotions the right way at the right places. And if it has reached a point that you can't control, let it out wherever and explain to the kids. They will understand. It doesn't have to mean that all the time mommy is a super person and all strong person. They also need to see that part of you that is so soft and vulnerable at times, but not each and every time you're facing an issue. The other myth that has been normalized, actually, this is so sad. And I don't know if it is like that in all African countries, or in all continents, but just the other day, it's too petty, but let me just say it out in it, okay? Let me just say it out, because it really made me feel so. I didn't try to figure out who reasons like that. Not in a criticism way, in a critical way, but it made me feel so agitated. So, just the other day, a celebrity in my country gets a baby through cesarean section, and then almost a lot of women are commenting down below her posts, you didn't even give birth the right way, or things like that. So this myth, this is what I took this myth from this story, that if you give birth through spontaneous vaginal delivery, you are considered a real, that is real delivery, and cesarean section is not real delivery. Guys, that's being petty. A mom is a mom. Whether they have given birth to a baby who is alive or dead, that's a mom. whether they give birth through SVD or CS, they are a mom. So kindly, please, let's stop all that drama of you are a real mom because you gave birth through SVD, you are a real mom because you gave birth through CS. No. Most mothers, everybody is entitled to choose the process or the way she wants to give birth. And in some instances, somebody goes through CS not because they want to, or just because they chose to, doesn't make them less of a mom. So kindly, let's stop that nonsense. It is a myth, and I saw it so common with the women. Please, queens don't fight other queens, so just stop it. A real mom is the mother who is there for their kids physically, emotionally, and is trying to be there for their kids financially. The other myth that might stem up from the society or also can stem up from mommy guilt is that when you focus on other things like your career means that you are neglecting your children. That's absolutely a myth. Yeah, as it sounds. If you are a career woman and you have to go back to your career, don't feel so sorry that you are leaving your kid with a nanny or all that. Actually, how you should be dealing with that mommy guilt is that if you don't go out there to hustle, the baby won't have diapers, the baby won't have food, the baby won't have milk. So that pressure of society, when a woman steps back and decides, what, you know what, I'm gonna go chase the bag so that my baby could have the life that she deserves or he deserves. The society tries to put some pressure on, you're not a good mom, you've neglected your kids, you don't love your kids enough and all that. No, go out there, chase the bag for your kids, because at the end of the day, when your kids don't have food and don't have clothes, the society still will turn to you and say she spends the all her time at home, so she doesn't like the kids. So either way, it's gonna be neglect. But I just want to talk to you who is oops, who is expect who is experiencing that mommy guilt of, I'm not a good mom enough, or I feel like I'm neglecting my baby by going to work. No, just go chase the bag out there, man, and come and feed your baby. That's the most important thing. As long as you're doing the right thing for the child, and if you don't do that, they might suffer in a way or another. Go out there. But of course, I don't mean that you go out there all the time. Make sure that you're creating some time to bond with them and have time with them. That's all. If you can, each and every time you can, create time for them, spend time with them and all that. That's the most important thing of all. And the other myth is that there is a societal scale on how of a good mom you are or how of a bad mom you are. This is actually the worst and the most common myth normalized. You could hear people saying, she's not a good mom because she doesn't do ABCD. No, we should all understand that kids are different and parenting has no manual. You just do it the way. And remember, being a mom, you have never been a mom before. So it's just the first time that you are becoming a mom. Make sure that you are learning from the errors you make and don't beat yourself down just because you made a mistake as a mother and all that. Once you make a mistake in parenting and you notice it, just correct it. And don't take corrections. Take corrections from people, but if it ends up being criticism, don't tolerate that, because don't let anything make you feel like you are a bad mom unless your child tries to explain something to you and you notice them, I fucked up here. So if they come to you and try to tell you something, still don't try to make them seem like they don't know what they are saying. Just try to reason out with them. And the last and not the most common thing a mommy wants to hear, once your kids are right and you are wrong, say sorry. It's very important. It makes things so easier for you, and it removes that guilt, mommy guilt. So when you know that you are on the wrong side and your kids are on the right side, and they try to indulge you in a conversation about the issue, just say sorry. It won't hurt you. It doesn't make you less of a mother or something. If you are wrong, you're wrong. Say sorry. It makes them understand that mommy is human and mommy can make mistakes too. But once you pretend like you know it all and you don't say sorry and you are always right, they will treat you that way. And once they are all grown, they'll know that you made mistakes and you didn't give a F about it. So make sure that you're apologizing when you are wrong, so that they might learn from you that it doesn't mean anything to accept your mistakes. It only means that you're a brave person and a teachable person. I hope you've learned a thing or two that will be too helpful in spicing up your parenting journey. So, till next time, make sure that you are staying warm and taking good care of the children, the little angels for me. So, thank you so much for watching this video. But please, if you are not subscribed, just press that subscription button. It's free. It won't cost you anything. It's just free of charge. So kindly please subscribe.